Well, here's a request that's a little bit unusual. Let's see what we can do with it. This person was watching one of the quick tips on the tools. I think maybe the proportion tool that I was showing the quick tip. And I think it's a she says, is there a tool that can help me make ovals or faces? Okay, our faces is in parentheses. Ovals that do not look like lopsided eggs. Everything I draw looks like it's slightly leaning to the right. I'm legally blind in one eye, so that's part of the problem. Is there anything that can help with this issue? I think we can do that without a tool. Sometimes we can learn skills that help us to solve problems in our drawing, skills from people who have disabilities of some sort. This person says she doesn't have sight in one eye. If you think about the way someone who doesn't have sight in either eye finds their way around the world, we might be able to use some of that skill to solve problems in drawing. The problem some people who are not real confident with drawing have is that while they're drawing, they're looking at what their pencil is doing instead of the broader sense of the image itself. Beyond that, if you think about someone who doesn't have sight, how they move around through their other senses. And so if we develop a skill that we can use that uses senses other than sight, along with our sight, or what sight, especially if your sight is in some way diminished, then you will find out that it certainly will help your drawing. Now, here's what I suggest. I suggest building in the sense, the tactile sense. How does it feel? How does it feel when your hand moves over the image? Now, if you're working from a photograph or you're learning this skill from a photograph, it works better. And then once you've learned the skill from a photograph, you can transfer it to working from real images in your environment. So you probably watched, I hope you haven't, you can find in our list of quick tips the one on phantom drawing, because phantom drawing is your friend here. And the way that works is that you are using your finger, first of all, just to follow the edges of whatever you're looking at. But instead of looking at what you're doing, feel it. Okay, this requires you're doing it several times so that you can train yourself to feel it rather than see it. Feel it first, then see it. But this is where it goes. Now, here's the way that works. It's simply a matter of allowing your hand, just take one portion of an image, and you can take a large image like this to start with. Something very simple to start with. You can go on pixabay.com, use this apple, just search for apple and pixabay.com and download it, and then use that image. You may have an image in your own photos, but this is the way to get started. Start simple and then build. So if you just use your finger and you, not very slowly, but at a sort of a moderate speed, allow your finger to move along the edge, not touching necessarily, just along the edge of whatever image you're looking at. In this case, I'm allowing my finger. Now, rather than watch what I'm doing, I want to feel, how does it feel in my shoulders, hand, and arm? How does it feel? And I begin to feel that movement. Then you can close your eyes then, and this is not part of the phantom drawing exercise I gave you, but I'm adding this for to enrich this experience. Close your eyes, start that feeling experience, then close your eyes and feel it. Feel that shape. Feel the way that shape is moving. Close your eyes and feel it. Then go over to your paper with a pencil in your hand. Hold your pencil something like I'm holding this one. I think it works better than if you hold it like this. Just hold the pencil like this so that your hand, your fingers can feel the paper itself. And as you're moving the pencil, do this again to feel it, and then allow your pencil to move over the drawing paper without making a mark. And you can feel it. You can allow your eyes to watch here, but it's the feeling, the movement of it, feeling where it's going, this edge, it's the feeling of it that's going to enable you to draw it. So now, without hesitation, let's see if we can do this now. Now I can, and then gradually, without hesitating, gradually drop that line down. And you can let it drop down several times. Don't judge it. If it drops down a little different from this, the first time you do that, don't judge it and say it doesn't make sense. Try to do it again. Move around the image as you do that. So if we did this part, then let's go here and do this part. Feel that, and then come over here. Feel it again. How long is it? How does it feel in your hand? And gradually let that line go down. But let the line move back and forth, because that moving back and forth helps also the memory of how it feels. If you just put a single line down, it goes away quickly. But if you will just allow your hand to move back and forth like that, just along an edge, then it will begin to develop a memory of how it feels. And the payoff of something like this, of this exercise, is that eventually, if once you've studied an image long enough, you'll be able to do it from memory, because you have that already built into how it feels, how the movement of it feels. You'll build that sense into your arm. So let's just continue now as we go around over the other side. This person's talking about building lopsided eggs, not lopsided eggs. Lopsided ovals that seem to always tilt in one direction. You don't have to worry about that anymore if you're carrying yourself through an exercise like this. So then if we go back around this side, that feels a little different. It's not, doesn't feel the same way as this. That feels a little different, doesn't it? So move over there and feel it. It's hard for me to talk and feel at the same time, but feel it. And then I come over here. And how does it feel over here? Then go to the upside, to the back side of the image. How does it feel? And then go to the, if there are shapes on the inside of the image, then go to the inside of the image. This is fun. I can see here a little movement that feels like that. It connects right in here. Don't just go connect it, but allow your pencil to get in position. Let your eyes be right here, and feel it first. How does it feel? And then we have the one in front. See how it feels? And then we have the ones on the edges. Feel it. And the smaller movements are a little trickier to feel, but just develop that focus on how it feels, not on how it looks, on how it feels. Now you will get caught up in how it looks. It's a thing that people do when they're drawing. There is this thing that happens to people when they first start drawing or painting, is that they're constantly judging themselves. Does it look like that? That's not part of this exercise. If you do that, the exercise is not doing you any good. So guard against that. Whenever you judge what you're doing, a lot of times you're not conscious of your judging. But if you have this feeling, I'm going to see if I got it right. Oh, it didn't look like the apple. That's not a part of the exercise. That if you do that, you need to exit out. Just exit out, throw it away. It's your thought. You can change your thought, switch it right up here. Switch it. Oh, I'm not supposed to be judging. I'm supposed to be feeling it. I'm supposed to be feeling the movement of it. All right, let's feel this. And that has two sides, so I could really feel, I could get the sense of the movement of it. And let's see. Drop it down. And then I can let the feeling of it scoop on this side and let the feeling of it scoop over on that side. You see, there's the exercise. It's about how it feels. Now, if you do that exercise over and over, this exercise of this apple, don't even count. Don't say, I've got to do 12 of those, I've got to do 10 of those. That sounds too much like an assignment. And we usually rebel against assignments. A lot of us do. That's the artistic nature, to rebel. Never mind about that. Just allow yourself to do many of these. And remember what you're doing. You are developing that sense of how it feels, which direction it's going. Watch our previous quick tip where I talk about or explain directional movement, how we have these directional movements, these directions that movements take. Watch that to get a sense of what I'm talking about. But develop that sense of feeling, not judging. Now, pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to your unconscious mind. You know, we have this little, we call it the monkey brain that goes on all the time. And there's where that judgment will happen. A lot of times we won't even realize we're judging ourselves. But the minute you start to hesitate and you become conscious, you're trying to make it look like the thing you're drawing, there's when you've gone way off course. Course correct. X that out. Start again, and this time, see how it feels. I think if you will take that exercise and make it yours, practice it, all of you, but especially those of you that are having trouble with drawing, or if you have trouble with your eyesight, if you will do that exercise, I think that you'll find it would revolutionize your experience with drawing. Be sure to view all of our quick tips. And while you're doing so, subscribe to the channel, click on the bell, so you'll always get a notice when we produce a new quick tip, which is every week. And if you have a question, leave it in the comments section and we'll make a quick tip for you. Also, take a trip over to DianeMize.com where I have full-length lessons, downloads, DVDs, lots of other stuff there, some free stuff for you. And while you're there, you can subscribe to the newsletter, and that way you'll always be informed every time we do something new.